And welcome everyone. We have another video, and this time, since we got the new patch 1.2 and the new character Yin, we're gonna of course try to follow up a little bit what the Paragon player are doing with the character. So for the first match here we have Pandaz, European jungler, playing the character. I wanted to select jungle because that's apparently the role the character is supposed to be played in. And there is also a nice jungler in the enemy team. We have Import on Kalari, one of the top jungler, one of the dev of the game as well. I think he's a game designer. And yeah, we're gonna see how it fares. Just gonna discover Yin with all of you guys through that match and trying to share a little bit what we learn, and also of course trying to kind of share what we think could have been done better. Even though here it's a little bit different, like I said, it's more about discovering a little bit what the character can do in the jungle. So here we start with the blue. Immediately we use the hunt to be able to provide a little bit faster clear, and also if you use your hunt immediately, then your hunt is back, so even if you get invaded, you should be able to contest it, and that means that then you get the next charge of your hunt faster. So we started with the wind burn. I assume the wind burn allow you to get a little bit more damage every 3 auto attack, but also a little bit of sustain, because usually assassin character in the jungle kind of take a lot of damage. I don't really think Yin is really fully an assassin. It's kind of more carry in a sense, like a jungle carry that takes a little bit of while to scale up. But here we go for the backlash at the second ability, so we make sure that we go into the middle of the minion to ensure that the maximum amount of minion deal damage. And every time you activate the wind burn, you need to try to get the full cleave on all the minions to try to maximize your clear. Here we get the first blood for the team of Pandaz, securing the kill on Jax. And here we're looking a little bit early. We step up on the ward, so Crazy Legend is completely aware that Pandaz is around. So we're gonna start to go to 2 camp, trying to get that camp, I think, before the 3-minute mark, and then maybe we go part of starting to go for the river bugs. Also, that should be interesting, if the game goes long enough, maybe we start to see those unanswered river bug. So once again, Crazy Legend is fully aware that he's here, but he doesn't care. That's very, very greedy, because now we still have the dash. Crazy Legend doesn't have any mana because Pandaz managed to steal it, and now we're gonna push him back, and yeah, that's gonna be a flash, but we flash after. Unfortunately, Import is here and the dual lane is here, so I don't think there is anything that we can do on the side of Pandaz, so that's gonna be a dead Pandaz, because the dual lane kind of lost the 2v2. As we can see, X-Vibe was kind of low. But yeah, Crazy Legend, full information that the Yin was around, fully didn't respect it, and ended up costing his life. He also lose the flash, so that means that Noah Mauer should have an easier time in the mid lane. Here I guess we're waiting a little bit, I don't know. I think Pandaz was thinking what he should be building. It's a new character, build are not refined yet, so we're gonna start with the Ironwood Warbow so far. And we have an offlaner that didn't buy an item on the first buy. Okay, that's interesting. So now we're going to the red side, because red buff was up, because after 2 camp we fight in the mid lane. Crazy Legend actually killed Romauer despite the fact that he was killed earlier. So this solo kill in mid lane, it's really not good for the side of Panda. But yeah, as a character that needs some items to start dealing some good damage, I think you have to focus a lot on farming. So we finished to clear the red side. We're looking to maybe make something onto the mid lane, at least be around for the river buff respawn. Here we're gonna try to be aggressive. We got the sword, we got the combo. And very good, we were waiting for the Dread Nova, that we used the backlash to counter the Dread Nova. And that's an easy kill, because you counter the stun, and on top of that you put the stun into the face of your opponent. Very well played, very clean gank. Being patient, waiting for the Quang in the mid lane CC to be able to follow up. That was very well executed and pretty clean. We can see that what we're maxing first after we put like a point in every single ability seems to be the wind burn. We're already like put 3 points into it. And now we're gonna look at maybe ganking the dual lane. Twin Blast is already like kind of low. We're gonna try... Ooh, we get the root. And that should be a kill. We're gonna help probably like crush the wave and then like go reset. Probably go clean his blue side after. There is like one more wave to push. Ooh, we do miss the sword though. And we're gonna get the flash. All ability being missed, so here we should just crash and reset. We have to be careful. Spend a lot and miss a lot in that situation. We're looking for the invade. I feel like it's a little bit greedy. Teammates are not gonna be in a position to help. Okay, we're gonna hunt. And now we're gonna walk away, but... I feel like using our hunt just to get like the big minion of the 3 camp and losing a lot of time and tempo. As you can see here immediately, Import is punishing that. Invading. Gotta get like... no, it's not invading, it's on his side of the map. My mistake. But yeah, like I feel like it's a little bit too much. I would have preferred like a faster pace into going into his own blue side, keeping the tempo up. Like stealing the 3 camp would have been that great, and it's not like he was helping by applying pressure for his dual lane because his dual lane wanted to reset as well, so kind of creating like kind of a missed tempo overall for his dual lane and himself here. So we're still working towards the first item. Probably gonna go for the blue buff. Get the level 6 finally. What do we have in terms of itemization? Both going Fire Blossom on the offlane, while both being a magical damage dealer. Here we're gonna look at maybe some aggression, but the... Ooh, actually it dashed in, so maybe we get something. Ooh, the minion got pulled like pretty far. We're waiting for the root. Okay, we force. And we get the root, we push him back. And we secure the kill. But we do have to be careful because the team taking advantage of that was starting to secure the Fangtus, and so the enemy team secured the Fangtus. Overall, this still was safe until he used the Bull Rush aggressively, and then it was like pretty easy to pick up. But on the rest of the map, they're securing like a double kill on the dual lane, so not ideal, but... Same time we were making the plays. I think the team should have just accepted that the Fangtus was gone and not trying to contest it while we were making the plays on the offlane. Especially since like dual lane seems to be struggling a little bit against the enemy dual lane. So you have a lane that is struggling, and on top of that you have like numerical inferiority. In those situations, simply like leave the objective, like the first Fangtus. True is important, but not like super critical to the point that you should go there, have no chance of contesting it, and still dying. So far, 2-1 and 2. We have been part of like 4 kills out of the 6 of the team. Sky Splitter has been finished, so will help with like clearing speed. In terms of team, we do have the backlash that can be good against the Ricochet, against the Dread Nova. Maybe the Crippling Dagger, even though I don't think it's super easy to counter, but you have a few options. Also, the ultimate can be good to protect yourself, I guess, from the res. So there is a few use of Yin in that match. I feel like Yin is really like matchup dependent. Like if your backlash and ultimate Calling Grace has some use, then like you can do some good stuff with it. But if nobody in the enemy team has projectile that are actually like deflectable, suddenly like the value of the pick kind of drops a lot. So here we have like 3 people in the offlane, so Pandaz decided to not rotate. He's just gonna try like to apply some pressure in the mid lane tower, but the problem is that it is a cannon wave, so we're not gonna be able like to inflict any damage. Import is here. We try to deal some damage, but we have to be careful because the opponent is coming. We're trying to be aggressive, but now we don't have any defensive option. We will be forced to flash away, but ultimate. And that's gonna be a kill. So here, We should know that the Crazy Legion is coming back up because he has been like resetting on the offlane. I feel like we overstayed a little bit too long. It took a very, very long time to push the wave. Then we tried to fight import. Like fighting import in the 1v1 I think was okay. But you have to keep in mind that the Crazy Legion is probably going to come back. Watch your minimap. Your mid laner was super far away. So should have respected that and ended up costing the life of Pandaz. Also, I feel like probably at level 7, it's not where you're the strongest in terms of spikes, so... I feel like probably, even if the 1v1 was working, it's still like a little bit too much to force it. So we're going Barbaric Cleavers again, with like the Icecorn Talon as a crest, so we're kind of looking at maybe transitioning from the Sky Splitter into something that is a little bit more bruisery, to not be like too squishy. Once again, also like helping with the clear speed, with the little AoE on the basic attack. And we're gonna start the mini prime. We're doing quite a lot of damage with that Sky Splitter, plus the Wind Burn that is now level 4. Icecorn Talon on top of that, so... For sure we can like clear that mini prime with no issue and quite in a timely manner. We do have Tekadan that is arriving. Import is here, but we're gonna hunt it because there was a risk, but we took a lot of damage. We're gonna try to go above. Dagger has been used. We get the flash. We try to deal as much damage as we can. And, ooh, that was kind of close. Import managing to get the kill. Probably gonna die in the process, but it's still... worth it? I don't know. Like, it was a 5-0 calorie, so that's a pretty huge shutdown for Romaware. But at the same time we do remove the mini prime from like the yin. That would have allowed her to probably like be very strong in those like time that the buff was up, and with the respawn of the Fang Tooth, like having a yin with mini prime, like the enemy jungler with mini prime would be like maybe a little bit too much to handle. So but still like a 5-0 shutdown is a lot of gold swing, so not easy to determine what was best. I think it's fine to here died for the kill and removing the mini prime. At least you don't like let the enemy team get like additional towers, all those things, and just 1 towers from that mini prime will cover like the bonus gold from like the shutdown. And so here we're trying. That's a lot of damage, but we don't have the range anymore. Romaware is going to chase, gonna secure the kill, gonna get low. Dual lane, unfortunately. It's kind of going down, and we got the Death Mark import coming to secure the kill on Romaware. I feel like maybe we could have pushed the Argus more towards the Quang with like a better Volt. Like for those that don't know, like the dash from Yin actually root the target if you manage to connect on the target, but then like you can Volt in every direction, in all 8 directions around the target, and you're gonna push the target in the opposite direction of where you're Volting, so you can really like try to control where you're gonna like push people around. But here we're gonna like collapse on the dual lane, and thanks to that we're gonna secure a kill. We also have Tekadan, the Sevrog, that have rotated, so that should be like Fang Tooth for the team, unless like Import managed like to go for like a little steal. But as we can see, like Import didn't jump inside the pit, so he's not gonna get like any chance to go for it. And we're gonna go for the root, and here like once again I feel like we could have rooted bring Import back into his teammate, and that would have secured like probably like the kill, or at least like increase the chance of going for the kill. Here we're gonna try to go for some damage onto Crazy Legion. A good cage, but there is a collapse of the enemy team, so we cannot fight under that tower. We try to be aggressive, but here is like has to be the disengage. There is like all members of the enemy team in the mid lane, all 5, while the Twin Blast is still split pushing in his lane. So we do have to disengage here. Ooh, we're 1 HP. Yeah, we overstay a little bit. Like we dodged the ultimate from Steel, but there was still the ultimate from the Argus. We took the dagger with the Death Mark. Like we tried to defend the tower, but in the end it ended up costing his life. We got the Overload finish, so we have Sky Splitter Overlord. In terms of objective, we're like 1 mini prime up, but we couldn't do anything with that mini prime. Well, we have lost like the mid tower and the dual lane tower. Well, we only got the dual lane tower on the other side, so... kind of an even game overall so far. Let's look at the CS. We're a little bit ahead on the enemy team though. Mainly in the mid lane, we have 20 CS up. And a little bit in the off lane. Here farming should be fast. Thanks to like the Overlord plus the Sky Splitter, that's a lot of minion damage. Sometimes when you don't plan to have like any fight soon, you can use your Icecorn Talon. The cooldown is not very long, so it can help with you farming like slightly faster. Oh, to still like dash aggressively without checking. We try to zone properly, so this still is not really reacting. And we're gonna secure the kill. This still like kind of play very weirdly. Like I feel like he don't care and he just ends up dying, but he kind of attract a lot of attention because he's still a steal, so it takes forever to kill him. Here we do have import. Ooh, very nice route. Okay, we force the guillotine. We get the flash, but unfortunately, import is good. We get the rotation of the dual lane. We're gonna try to go on to Jax. Try to get the root. I secure the kill. We do have the ultimate that protect from like most of the damage from the Argus. And we're gonna get the flash out of the Argus. So a very nice ultimate that protected like any flanked and also kind of created a central position for the team to be able to play around. But now we're kind of low, so we're gonna back like to the jungle. Trying to lifesteal a little bit with that wind burn. Like the Omni Vamp, we get a little bit from the Icecorn Talon. And we're gonna go back to base. 1500 gold to spend. And we build like a Stone of Strength with the short sword. So kind of bruisery item again. Mini Prime being started by import. And so Windburn first to level up, then we go for the Backlash. And probably last is gonna be the Lash Kick. Mini Prime have been secured, being put onto import, which will make like this next Fang Tooth fight a little bit complicated to navigate. Ooh, we got the root. Once again, here, I feel like if Pandaz managed to push back import in direction of the Quang, maybe the Quang can follow up with like the sword, and suddenly we get like a combo and maybe this Kalari is dead. So, but for having played a little bit in myself, I feel like it's not that simple, like to always go into the right direction with the tumble from the Lash Kick. It's really like something that player will have to get better at. And also because like every time you go forward to put like the character back into your teammate, that means you kind of expose yourself as well a little bit. So you have to be careful. Like it's not that's just like that straightforward. Here we're gonna go for the ultimate. We can try to backlash like all those particles. Ooh. And that's exactly what he did. That's a lot of damage. But there was like too many people, but like all those particle shredder back to the Argus with the backlash, that was very nicely played by Pandaz. We can see that sometimes you get some good burst, but that means that no, like the Fang Tooth is gonna be into the hands of the enemy team because jungler has to go back to base. And so I don't think they can realistically contest that thing. They can maybe look for some exit frag, but that's basically it, like nothing else. And Pandaz is not even looking for those, so it's just gonna be a reset here. So now we have the big ore prime that is up, but it's a little bit early to be taken, so now we have like a little accalmie after the enemy team take the Fangtus. It's not triple Fangtus either. We're gonna get the first enhanced river bug at 21 minutes. So we were looking, maybe get like some aggression here, but nothing was found. So let's see what those enhanced river bug look like. Oh, they're bigger. But here we're gonna get like a nice attack speed buff with some additional Omnivamp now on the orange enhanced river bug. And then we're gonna try like to rotate towards his teammates. They're gonna try like to probably like, kill that steel. We're kind of making himself like invisible so he can maybe like look for the flank onto that res. Has to be careful, the Twin Blast is already dead. We're gonna try to go in, but not really successful with the route. We go with the ultimate to try to create like a foothold for his team. That means that Jax is already gone. We're gonna stick like with the Quang and the Decker, trying like to find the kill onto this Argus. Argus is 1 HP. I wish the drone wasn't jumping. We tried to go back into import to reposition ourselves in the fight, but it's gonna be tough. 2 damage dealer, I don't think she can survive that much burst. And that's gonna be a dead and everyone died. The Twin Blast dying before the team fight even started. While like the steel was completely out of position, I think it was tough, like shouldn't happen. But hey. So now we have to wait for people to respawn. You can see that probably the enemy team is doing a beeline towards the Ore Prime. Twin Blast is showing on the minimap at the opposite side. Should be on the Ore Prime. If Twin Blast was on the Ore Prime, maybe the team can like actually like for something. The Decker is not even warding on that direction. We do have the teleporters now, though, to be able to come fast. So maybe that still worked out, but I feel like in that situation we couldn't afford like to have those people here. We needed like people to be around. Here we do have import going aggressively into the jungle. And Pandaz has to kind of reset again. Get a little bit bullied. I don't know why we have a support covering the opposing lane of where the Ore Prime is. That's not what you should be doing as a support.
I'll be right back.
So in terms of itemization, now we have the Bonzo being completed, so really like kind of heavy bruisery direction, and we got like 2 more vitality beats, so another health item, probably another bruiser item that benefit like Bonzo, deal more damage based on the health you have, overload, gain more physical power based on the health you have, so it's like kind of those items synergize well all together. And here we're looking finally to group up. But Quang is already dead, Twin Blast is not even coming to the fight, so Pandaz is trying to create some space, but will force to flash away. Twin Blast is finally there. So we're gonna let it reset, wait for the Quang. Teganet shouldn't go too deep. Like here they should just like try to win time on the Dusk side. We tried to go for the ultimate, but people can just like walk away, so unfortunately we're not gonna be able to secure anything. Steel is going aggressively here. I think Steel has to be careful because I don't think he can win that 1v1, but that created space for the Sevrok to end up dying. By the way, for all those that were wondering if I deliberately like click on another character to make the camera jump, no, it's not me. It's just the replay mode of Predecessor that is sometimes just likes to jump to someone else. So at least we stopped the Ore Prime from being done, but like as you can see here, the enemy team is already like starting the Primal Fangtus. We're gonna try like to be there. I don't think we'll really have time to do the red buff, but I guess here we're just accepted that they're gonna get the Primal Fangtus and Triple Fangtus. Like it's... Oh, that's close. But we don't have the hunt. That was very close. Here we're trying to survive. Probably Jax is gonna die. The drone is jumping again. So we're gonna secure a kill. So at least like 2 people are gone from their Primal Fanctus. Import is looking at the Quang. That's gonna be a kill. Once again, I didn't jump. We have to be careful because like 1 more dagger and we're probably dead with the Primal Fanctus. We got the teleport coming on from that... No, he was just recalling back to base. So we have Primal Fanctus and actually taken and kill Import. So only VGV has the Primal Fanctus now. So not a bad operation, but still it's triple Fanctus.
Your pardon. That should reach.
And we do get the kill onto the Savrog. We get the drone jumping again. I feel like every time someone dies, the drone just jumps to a new target. So here we will have to play. We're trying like to join the team. Because we cannot afford to have anyone dying. We try to go for the root, but we do miss. We create the ultimate. That's a lot of damage. We try. And that's gonna be a kill. We can like move to the next target. Please, drone. Like I feel like this ultimate like really create a lot of space for the team. But I also feel like the Dawn team is playing like pretty well. I actually like kind of navigating around it. Like once they see it, they don't really like overstay. Here this Steel is going like very aggressively onto the Twin Blasts. But a good peeling and a good flash. We're trying to survive. Ooh, is 1 HP and Jack's gonna finish the kill. Unfortunately, we try to go on to Import. Import is very low. Do we get the dash? He's gonna jump over. Oh, it's not enough damage. The sword, it's enough. But they still managed to survive with 1 HP. So overall, we win the team fight here. You can see like the sustained damage of the Yin is pretty good overall in those fights. And also like the mobility with the lash kick can allow to relocate, and you kind of have like a dash and then you have the thumble, so it's not easy to keep track of in team fight, I feel like. But at the same time, I feel like it's pretty easy to just like stay out of range of the character and kind of force it to commit to something. And once the character committed, if he still has the ultimate, it's pretty strong and pretty safe, but if the ultimate has already been expanded, it's not that simple to stay in the middle of a fight. So here we have the Decker that is probably dead. Here we're gonna look at maybe like chasing Jax, but he has the Galaxy Grave, so not gonna be able to secure it. Unfortunately, like the Dusk team has trouble to create like some good 5v5 team fight. Always some people are a little bit out of position and get picked up before fight starts. We have a 3-level difference on the carry roll, which is a lot. And Romauer is dead now, so the Quang mid not there. So maybe Pandaz can try to go like for a Hail Mary steal, but that's all he has. And Jax is gonna sacrifice his life maybe for it, and they secure the All Prime. We're gonna try to use the ultimate to kind of create like a foothold for the team to fight into. Here we're probably gonna end up dying. We're forced to flash away, but... Ooh, the cage! And we try to backlash the dagger, but it's not gonna work. We tried to make the play, but unfortunately, like it was a little bit too fast. The mid team played correctly, they defended properly, and they secured the All Prime. The Decker dying before the fight even started was creating a lot of issue, because they kind of need the Decker to be able to peel against that Calari or to be able to one-shot that Res. and it wasn't possible. But I'm kind of curious to see like what that scene can do, like also in competitive match, like when it's a 5v5, because I feel like this ultimate can actually like be pretty powerful in team fight. Like you enter a pit and you see like the size of the ultimate, it feels like the enemy is stuck in the pit while they cannot do anything, while you can actually just fully like shoot at them while they cannot shoot back at you. So I feel like if you're in a coordinated team, like there is maybe some great potential for that Quelling Grace ultimate. So here we're trying to defend as good as we can. Oh, we got the flash. We get like bounce. Yeah, too many crowd control, and you cannot do much against crowd control. Like against the steal as a Yin, I feel like you don't really have any option. They can just like rush you down and you're just dead. Might be like the end of that match, like this Decker is getting pounced. Ooh, but the Rift Walker bringing him inside the fountain, very well played. Still, like people are still dead for like 20 seconds and that's a pretty hefty wave, so maybe they can finish it. Like Decker is not very good at clearing waves. I feel like we should have just gone for the core and not that me the inhibitor here. Would have guaranteed the win. I feel like that's a little mistake by Crazy Legend, but I don't think it's gonna impact and probably they're gonna finish the game anyway. Because this wave is pretty huge and the Twin Blast, even though he has a pretty good depush, I don't think it's gonna be enough. He's not even playing. X-Vive feels like it was like kind of ranting through the match. But hey, first look at Yin. I feel like it's some early ganks were kind of nice when we see like the use of the backlash against the Argus, leaving no chance of the Argus surviving. We kind of see here a little bit of a bruisery build with the Gaia Greaves as the last item. Kind of like the amount of damage it was dishing during team fight. I think the Quelling Grace can be very nice, but needs your team to play around it. Probably Lash Kick needs to be improved a little bit, but it's not easy. I think it's an ability that will require a lot of bit of time. And I feel like also like probably for stealing objective, you can probably like be very elusive, arrive from like many angle. Then you have your ultimate, which makes it like, and plus backlash, makes it like complicated for you to steal. I see the high skill ceiling potential of the character, probably not easy to execute. So here we started with a little loss, but I still think it was like a nice showcase of the character. And so I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one.